Welcome to Crumble Cookies. Is your sugar craving calling? I can fix that. Come inside. People love to come in and make videos of themselves buying and trying out our cookies. It's almost like they are hypnotized. We use tons of sugar and preservatives to make our cookies irresistible. Just imagine what this does to your kids. Seed oils, high fructose corn syrup, artificial dyes. We add all of this into our cookies just for you. So fun. Look at these delicious cookies, filled with 3 times the daily amount of sugar, lots of preservatives, and loads of other bad stuff. They will have you hooked instantly. All right, ladies, bring it in. Let's make one for TikTok. What's the flavor of the day?
Diabetes!
All it takes is one bite. You'll be a customer for life.
Every last
FBI
crumb.
uncovers child network. The magic of Disney was shaken by a shocking discovery. The FBI was called in to investigate reports of suspicious activity in one of the world's most popular theme parks. Anonymous informants claimed that something dark was happening behind the scenes, far from the public. At first glance, nothing unusual was found. Investigators began exploring the less visited areas of the park, where the magic seemed the place itself held dark secrets. As they proceeded, agents encountered unusual items scattered on the floor. Character costumes, broken toys, and even old documents that seemed related to park maintenance operations. The atmosphere of mystery agents were led to an employee restroom identified by an anonymous source. Upon inspection, they found a closed door. Forcing it open, they discovered a narrow, dimly lit, and damp tunnel hidden beneath the park grounds.
The amount of fallen angels that came down with him have not multiplied. It's still the same number. So he has to be very intelligent and create a system by which he can multiply darkness. And so he doesn't have to attack every generation. He just needs to program prophetic generation to have with God that you don't have with him. Satan will have it with you. The earth and the heavens have the same birth date. And so it is impossible to function effectively on the earth without consulting with the heavens. If your son fell from like a 1-story building, you're going to call 911. We will call Jesus. We don't have any emergency line. Culture is what carries captivity through generations. And so when one generation agrees with a captivity mindset, they teach the next generation. And by the 4th generation, nobody questions.
Recently captured something that looked exactly like one. While wandering through a forest, he spotted an odd, elongated figure resembling a tree, but moving on its own. It had no leaves or branches, just twisted roots and a tall, crooked neck. When he shared the video online, it went viral instantly. A pale figure was crawling toward them.
Are you okay? Hello?
Its movements fast and unnatural. It looked like a woman.
Stay right back.
But the twisted posture felt deeply wrong.
Stay
They
back.
couldn't explain what they had seen. The memory of that night stayed with them, a quiet reminder that some mysteries are better left unsolved. Standing on the other side, they wore unsettling masks, their faces frozen in eerie. They moved slightly, but their eyes remained locked on the camera, unblinking and intense. The video went viral within days, with viewers debating whether it was a prank or something far stranger. Their unnatural stillness and their unwavering gaze left a haunting impression.
Now, what people don't understand is there have been so many wars, so many resets, so much erasing of our true history. The weapons that these people used to use can turn cities into stone, can melt these cities. These examples are everywhere. So when you see interesting structures like the cave village ruins in Turkey, things like this, and all of this, just know that our ancient past has been covered up. Just like they do now, they had very sophisticated energy weapons. And of course, the mainstream narrative is just going to tell you that this is just some simple rock formation. I beg to differ. You see, nothing is what it seems, ladies and gentlemen. Our history is nothing but a lie. That's why they call it history. It is his story. The victors have always wrote the history books. And the last thing they want is for us to discover the real origins of our true humanity.
I have
have something right here in my treehouse. Wanna see? These are my special treats. Extra sugary, just the way I like them. They'll rot your teeth right out. They say it's not real fudge. But what's real anyway? Wheat flour? We strip the natural minerals out, then replace them with man-made ones. They call it enriched flour. I call it progress. You think cookies need all this? Sodium, seed oils, corn syrup? It keeps them fresh forever, even if it doesn't keep you that way. You don't care though, right? If you can buy it at the store, it's completely safe. Keebler, a little elfin magic goes a long way.
Sharing an unsettling experience they had at home. They woke up in the middle of the night to find a strange figure sitting beside their bed. As they stared in shock, the creature began swaying its bald head and long, slender neck in an eerie, almost hypnotic motion. When it turned to face them, its unnatural appearance made it clear this was no ordinary person. Captivated. Was it a prank? Or something truly otherworldly?
Did you know that sugar, when you eat a donut, Pop-Tart, piece of bread, doesn't matter, Kool-Aid, Dr. Pepper, did you know that when you swallow sugar, they have known for 70 years that it goes inside your bone marrow and it suppresses within 45 minutes your body's ability to produce white blood cells that fight infections like bacteria, yeast, viruses, funguses, and parasites? Did you know that it literally shuts off your immune system and makes you more susceptible to all viruses, all infections? And did you know that they compared sugar to prednisone? Prednisone is a steroid. And do you know that its job is to suppress your immune system? In fact, it's called an immune system suppressant. Did you know that sugar suppresses your immune system more than prednisone does?
Now I know.
So if you're trying to fight an infection, if you're worried about the bird flu in the future, and I find out you're eating donuts and Pop-Tarts and cereal in the morning, you don't care about your health.
This company that made this new butter, right?
Yes.
Better believe it's not butter because it's not. It's made out of gas.
It's using carbon. The company is working with restaurants, bakeries, and food suppliers to incorporate their carbon-made butter. So we're not even going to have a choice in the matter
Yeah, I was gonna say,
whether we're going to be eating it or not. They're walking through where they're making the butter. There's this thing right here, this huge tub, and it's just
slop water.
It's called slop water.
And he's behind this company that's at birth control that you take it and you won't have babies for 8 years.
Like, one, that can't be good for any type of insides.
No, it has to be terrible for you.
It's in Kenya and Nigeria are the two places that it's been approved for rollout. The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation is behind the rollout. It's for population expansion control, but it's like, dude, 8 years.
Yeah, you're talking about a potential 8-year minimum gap in population. That's huge.
They're talking about expanding into India. They want to like limit in all of these places. It's an IUD hormone disruptor and progestin via the needle application. They're also pumping out all of these other self-administered needles. You're giving all of this out to a population who may or may not be well educated on what to do with all of that.
Well, especially if research is coming out now with birth control being a cancer-causing thing, you know?
it's complicated because it's like we're outstretching a hand to Africa and saying, like, women, you don't have to necessarily have a family if you don't want to, and you can work and stuff like that. But it could also be complicated, and I would just hope that we're educating the women.
Yeah, Bill Gates.
So the thing is, he always made, like,
women's priorities first.
Yeah, 100%.
He's always made human health first,
Yeah.
and like never profit.
No, it's like, listen, I want to make money here, but first I want to educate. That's a verbatim quote from Mr. Gates himself.
Footage, we can see a man lighting a candle. He begins to say a few words when, out of nowhere, a being, a dark creature, appears in the darkness. Now, is it a real entity? Is it just a staged video, a hoax? That's for you to decide.
This other video is quite strange. It seems to be a video created by AI artificial intelligence, where a man appears to get up in the middle of the funeral, leaving people completely astonished. As I said, this seems more like an AI video that is going viral on social media, but it's leaving many people astonished, believing it to be a real video. This video was pay attention. In the recording, we can see a man who appears to be destroying the altar, when suddenly he starts acting in a very strange way. Suddenly, he falls to the ground and starts screaming.
Now, what happened here? What happened to this man? Is it a real video? A fabricated video? I don't have much information about this video, only these images that were shared on the internet. Many say it was a punishment from the Holy Spirit. Others say it's fake. What they saw left them completely astonished.
Really start as? This isn't chicken, this is nugget paste. We whip the nugget paste until it's smooth, airy, and perfectly alive. Looks good, doesn't it? We move it straight from the separation unit while it's still warm. Meat slime gets sticky quick. We don't cut nuggets, we mold them. Each nugget looks exactly the same for a reason. Almost like it's fake, right? We only use the best ingredients to make our McNuggets, and don't mind the bones and teeth. It's all safe for human consumption. After the GMO breading, we freeze the nugget paste to lock in the shape. Ooh, and every secret inside it. We call them McNuggets for a reason. It all starts with nugget paste. Category P. Pink slime.
Nephilim that live underground, for example, under Mount Hermon, under the Temple Mount in Jerusalem. They're very active in Area 51, at Neuschwanstein in Germany, also in Antarctica. And they're shapeshifters. And so Nephilim underground have more of their true shape. And I have a very dear friend that the Lord has just blessed me with friendship with her. She is from the royal bloodline, and she was a product of the Hitler Project. So she was birthed out of a conception ritual that involves so much darkness that there was this interplay with the spiritual forces of darkness in her very DNA. And so people that were born as a result of this conception ritual have a third strand in the DNA, and they're able to birth hybrids and Nephilim. So she's one of them. She's from South Africa, and it's not a real name, but she goes by Elle. And so she has experienced both birthing Nephilim, but also she had a Nephilim as her handler for parts of her life, and she experienced unspeakable torture. I mean, it's hard for her to even put words to it, because really, as humans, we can't comprehend the level of torture. Some of that was underground, and so she saw this Nephilim in its true form.
Wait, that's a fresh, not fresh.
And cursing people through his street performance. What? A guy in Italy, in Florence, after the pose, he always finds a way to grab their hand and put his hand on top of their head. And then they saw his eyes fluttering. Underneath his eyelids. Two guys who are really like into Christianity and stuff like that. He said the Holy Spirit showed him cobwebs over him.
So as Phoenix, who can see in the spirit realm, he can see angels, demons, all that crazy stuff. What's going on spiritually?
I asked God if he could show me what was going on with this guy spiritually. And in the spirit realm, swirling around the sky is this gray cloud of spider webs.
What does that mean? In the spiritual realm, that's witchcraft. Really? Yeah. So he's doing curses, and whenever they walk away, they see the same cobwebs over that person. Oh, that's crazy. It's a trap, fam. He's like praying over him.
He looks demonic, bro.
They found out that McDonald's in Germany has been selling human meat for 7 months. Long story short, the place where they was getting the meat from was getting their meat from a funeral home. You ain't hear what I just said, right? They was getting their meat from the funeral home, mixing meat with funeral home meat, and you know what type of meat that was. human meat and selling it. The shit that messed me up is when she said the wholesale meat place was using bodies that came off the streets when they ran out of funeral home meat. And get this nasty shit. The people that actually ate the meat, they loved it. They were asking for more. We don't like the other meat. Give us the cheap meat. Needless to say, I told y'all a couple of months back how McDonald's was getting down. Look at this shit. It says right there that McDonald's sells at least 6.5 million hamburgers a day. So you tell me where all of that meat is coming from. 75 burgers per second. 4,500 burgers per minute.
A mí me gustaba en aquel entonces una canción electrónica que se llama Dance with the Table. Es la danza del demonio.
The fridge door opens, and what appears to be a pack of plastic spoons is launched off the kitchen counter. Over the next few months, nothing much happens. But then late one night, Alexander is hanging out at his friend Adam's house when he sees something truly chilling. A strange-looking woman wearing a red dress appears to be watching Alexander from the building across the street. Alexander claims that when his friend Adam finally came over to see what was going on, the creepy woman had disappeared. While there, Adam asks Alexander to take a look at a speaker that's been acting up and might be broken. Alexander is still recording and captures something terrifying.
It's all very present. A few years and I still never know.
Did you see it? In the reflection of the window, the same woman in red can suddenly be seen standing behind Alexander in the doorway. When he pans around, the woman has moved in an instant and is now standing right next to him. Who or what could this eerie-looking figure be? Could it be a spirit that attached itself to the sleepwalking TikTok user? Or is it all just an elaborate hoax?
This literally does not seem possible.
It continues to baffle me how people continue to eat from fast food restaurants over and over again after hearing all of the horror stories. A video just came across my FYP where a woman was talking about how McDonald's was allegedly selling human meat for 7 months without anyone knowing. The craziest part of this whole story is about how they found out that they were selling human meat. A worker came across somebody's wedding band inside of the meat, an engraved wedding band. The whole point of the story was they changed meat suppliers in hopes of increasing profits. The only problem was, after they found the ring, they contacted the police right away. The police did an investigation and found out that the meat distributor was connected to a local funeral home. So allegedly, their new supplier was getting their meat from a funeral home. You heard what I just said. Mixing meat with human meat. I did a video not too long ago discussing how many burgers McDonald's sells in a single day. Take a look at that number right there. It's staggering. 6.4 million burgers per day worldwide. The average is 75 burgers sold per second. So the questions continue to linger. Where is all of that meat coming from? So once again, keep this in the back of your mind. This is an alleged story that the McDonald's in Germany was selling human meat for over 7 months. So my question to you is, who do you think is at fault for what occurred, if it did occur? Is it the meat supplier for not telling the truth and cutting corners? Or is it the franchise because they didn't inspect the meat prior to cooking it? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And as always, I'd love to hear from you.
Has a different brain, but the school system treats you like you're all the same. They shouldn't be teaching you what to think, but how to think. The true sign of intelligence is not knowledge, but imagination.
So, we should drop out of school and just imagine all day.
Heavens no! The teachers at school can be a great resource for some kids. But stop seeing school as the only possibility for education. You were learning before you sat in a classroom. And you will continue to learn long after school.
Warming out to the stadium now.
In a busy street packed with people, something or someone stood out in a chilling way. A humanoid figure with scaly, dark skin and piercing reptilian eyes was caught on camera. Its head moved rapidly, as if scanning its surroundings, confused or lost. Strangely, no one in the crowd seemed to notice, but the footage tells a different story. Was it hiding in plain sight? Or displaced from another dimension? Whatever it was, its presence felt deeply out of place, sparking curiosity and fear among those who saw it.
Warming out to the stadium.
Nice to have a look at this. This is at a McDonald's playground where children are caged in between the burger. Now let me just start by saying this is for entertainment purposes only, guys. But I want you to think very critically right now. This was displayed in one of the signs at McDonald's. Our secret ingredient is our people. Now I don't know if you know this, but there was a massive investigation not too long ago that found... Yeah, the fact checkers obviously are like, no, that's not true, blah, 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 but like, you guys know about the Red Shoe Club? Now, I can't talk about these things here because I'm going to get banned and demonetized, but if you guys want to know the truth to what's going on with McDonald's and what is actually in their burgers, then comment the word truth, and I will send you an exclusive link to my inner circle where I can talk about what's really going on here. And don't forget to like, share, and follow for more hidden truth. Peace and love.